This is the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
Good morning, Lincoln, Nebraska. Happy Husker Homer Friday. Happy first of the month. Happy Friday. Welcome in. Hope your Friday's off to a great start. Boy, rolling in this morning. I didn't know what I knew we were going to talk about, but my sheet kept filling up because I got questions. Got a lot going on. NBA, NHL, Nebraska baseball. Husker Nation, you're welcome. We let Coach Fred Hoiberg off the hook. Good thing we did. He landed another one. We'll talk about that.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure. Did you hear the news, Caleb? We have rescheduled Coach Hoiberg next week, and you will be involved again.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll have him coach. But we'll talk about the new commit they got.
That's what it is, spin it. We've rescheduled it.
We said it was okay that you have a visitor.
Go reel in that portal big fish, Fred. We'll move this interview for you.
And we did it. We'll talk about that. Also coming up, Jeff Moats, the Almanac. Also around 10:10 today, back by popular demand, one Will Wilson will join the show.
Wow.
We're going to call him around 10:10 and talk Derby. He will. I think what he told me is he's going to be on the golf course doing the show.
That's fine.
So let me some background. I just had to remember the rules.
We need him to tee off on live on the air. That's what we need. We need to put him on speakerphone. We need to put that phone down by the ball.
Stream him.
We probably could.
Oh, I got some thoughts. So we got a lot to get to Friday. Also, on our show, this is the last day for the entire deal on your keywords. 9 o'clock keyword is pond. P-O-N-D. Got it?
Not like I'm broke.
Going to the
so
pawn
I went and
shop.
pawned my PlayStation.
P-O-N-D.
That's a tough one.
It pond.
That's really tough.
Being from my that's real tough. But I'm P-O-N-D. 402-258-2800 for a chance to win $1,000. I have to ask. I saw something last night. You were out and about last night, weren't you?
I was.
Saw a video.
It was down Project No Street, the block party last night.
I've heard Double Fisted came up.
That didn't happen. I can confirm that didn't happen.
Didn't happen at all?
No.
I just heard it from the grapevine around this neck of the woods when I walked in this morning. Not true?
Not legitimately.
Okay.
I did have one drink in my hand at a couple points in the evening.
Just wrote it down because the rumor mill was around here that you ran into someone.
Oh, yeah. A friend. Alexa from KFRX.
All right.
She was singing karaoke. I was trying to
did not get that.
Yeah, she was singing karaoke. I was trying to find a pause. After the Church of Blues got off, I was trying to find a place to watch my Nuggets.
Good for you.
So we ended up inside the same establishment.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, there was karaoke going on, and it was not the most focused experience trying to watch my Nuggets and having karaoke going on in the background. It gives you hell by the All-American Rejects getting screamed out while I'm trying to watch the Nuggets.
I think that's perfect.
Did you get up there and sing?
I did not. No, I'm trying to watch the Nuggets. Oh. I sang along to a couple of the songs while I'm trying to bring my stress levels down.
Well, you could have maybe had a sad song playing.
Yeah.
Don't look back in anger.
Wow.
Yeah, no. The Nuggets, though.
The Nuggets. We'll get to them.
We'll
get to them.
The Celtics, too.
Oh, yeah. There's
NBA. Hey, at least the Celtics still have another game coming up.
Yeah.
NBA has stepped up their game.
The Nuggets.
With some deciding games coming up.
The Nuggets blew it against a team that didn't have 3 key players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they lost another one.
Mm-hmm. Blow it up. We'll get to that, though.
Yeah.
The game ended, and I went directly to bed.
You took your ball and went home.
I texted a couple folks and just said, blow it all up, and then I was in bed. There was nothing last night for me but sadness.
Good morning, Arlo. Good morning, Flood X10. Good morning, Shane. We will get to that question as well because we are going to talk NBA coming up. We're going to talk NHL coming up. Some series ended, series drama as well. But, hey, Husker baseball. 5 o'clock tonight, Ohio State. The reconfigured rotation.
Carson Yassa.
He'll get his first Friday night start tonight, 5 o'clock. Also, if you saw that, speaking of if you're thinking regionals Nebraska, we've talked about baseball-wise, what they need to probably do the rest of the way out. Evan Blunt also put out this morning, by the way. I think this is a key factor as you're looking at the regional site, the regional host, where Nebraska could end up now with a very strong finish. Came out this morning. The RPIs heading into May. Did you see this?
Like 11?
10.
10.
They're in the top 10 RPI heading into May. That's important as we finish this season out with a couple weeks left. 9 Big Ten games, 6 on the road. You got one more midweek. You got a series at home. Where Nebraska baseball could end up with a really, really strong finish. Do you get in the top 8? Are you in that world now where you're talking about, because obviously the top 16 you have, you know what that means from the hosting site. Top 8 gives you another different perspective for baseball, but it'll start tonight, 5:00. Big series as we march through the hosting a regional possibility here in Nebraska.
Yeah, and as time goes by, that USC series,
Woo,
Huge.
baby.
Huge.
yeah, I mean,
Go back and look where that Friday night was. How the comeback, because you faced arguably the best pitcher in the Big Ten that night. It looked bleak for a long time. But then you come back with the bunt, you walk it off, you win the baseball game, and then you sweep them.
and that's a USC team that's probably going to be a 40-win baseball team.
This website called Baseball America has college baseball projections for regionals. Right now, they do have Nebraska projected to host a regional here in Lincoln with UCF, Pittsburgh, and Creighton as your 2 through 4.
Well, Elijah, you make a great point with that USC team. Look at where the top 10 RPI is going into May. Obviously, we know who number 1 is, right? UCLA. But you look further down. You got Nebraska at 10. Who's just above them? USC at 9. And you're talking about how big that series is. It's unique to go back and look at series and go, that was the series that catapulted you into whatever position you end up being in.
Because I think the knee-jerk reaction after that series was, oh, man, USC apparently wasn't that good. Or Nebraska just played that well that weekend. They took it to some good pitchers.
Yeah.
They put up a lot of runs against a good team. And again, I'm talking about the fact that's a 40-win baseball team. And I think there is a slight there's winflation in the Big Ten. A 40-win baseball team in the Big Ten, I don't believe is a 40-win baseball team in the SEC.
Very true.
But a 40-win baseball team in the Big Ten is probably still a regional host out of the SEC or the Big 12. And we're going to find out. But, I mean, that's why Nebraska, the pair ratings is another rating system. It's got Nebraska hosting a regional with Arizona State, Gonzaga, and Connor Clark's Oral Roberts Golden Eagles.
Whoa. I think it's a unique year I think unique year in the Big Ten baseball-wise, as you did add those West Coast teams. When you look at it, there's a really strong possibility you have 4 40-win teams in the Big Ten. UCLA's already there. They're 40-4. Nebraska, 34 wins. Oregon, 33 wins. And USC already has 34 wins.
Could UCLA get to 50? Is that possible? How many games do they have left?
I'm sure they can, or real close. They're 21-0 in the conference. I mean, it's incredible. 40-4 overall.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They exactly 10
Yes,
games left.
if they win out,
they'll be at 50-4.
That means they'd go on to win 11 straight to end the season and be 50-4.
What do you guys think about the timing of this pitching staff overhaul or rearranging how the pitching staff
Here's
is?
what I'll tell you right now. I trust in what's happening on that staff.
Exactly.
Because of what they've already done.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about it. Was that yesterday? We talked about that a little bit. What we trust in Coach Bolt. And I said, you know what? We also trust in Coach Childress. Maybe arguably the best pitching guy in America out there. And they've already had some documented success in what they've done. Right? The Ty Horn move. I think putting the Ty Horn move, which turned into a Tucker Timmerman midweek move, which has been valuable for them. He's had 2, I think, really above average outings midweek. So, yes, I am good with it. Now, I think you got to get – we talked about this yesterday a little bit, too, about it could change again.
Yeah.
Because the regular season is a regular season. When you get to the postseason, it's a different ballgame.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think it could change again because you have so much versatility with those guys. You have so many different guys that can do different things. You can throw guys in opener roles. You can bring a guy that might be a starter, bring him from the bullpen. You might bring a bullpen guy and have him start. You can throw a whole bunch of different arms at guys, and that's huge going into postseason play.
Yeah, I just think the mentality changes, right? Especially in the postseason. Getting that first win, and Elijah, you talked about when we get to regionals, obviously we're still really focused and getting to that point. But game twos and regionals are the ones where you win regionals.
Because it gives you 2 opportunities against whoever gets 2 in the loser's bracket. You win that second game, you are now through. The team you beat's got to go back down into the loser's bracket, win a game, then they got to beat you twice.
Yep. Big time. But
huge.
It starts tonight, 5:00.
But you can't get to game 2 unless you win game 1.
Yep.
So there's some science that goes on behind the scenes with how you construct your pitching rotation in a regional. Not to look too far ahead of ourselves, but
No.
Nebraska's got to go take care of business in every series that remains.
Well,
I feel good about their chances to go out and do that. If you do take care of business, to me, it's get to 40 wins, get to the weekend of the Big Ten tournament, which would put you top 4. You're a regional team.
So 5:00.
Hosting regional team.
5:00 tonight. Carson Yasso take the first Friday night start of his young career at Ohio State. Big Ten Plus, 5:00. They'll also get a unique night game on Saturday, and then the daytime on Sunday with a big series against Ohio State as they continue to make that RPI. I like the way that Evan put it. It's RPI maintenance. That's what you're doing. You're just trying to maintain where you're at and continue, maybe increase when somebody else maybe above you falls.
And you root for USC down the stretch here too, because USC still has to go play Oregon. USC is a good weekend against Oregon. It's great for your RPI.
It's great for your RPI, absolutely. So, all right, as we go to break, Pond, P-O-N-D. That's that 9:00 keyword. Text that word into 402-258-2800 for a chance to win $1,000. All sponsored by Liberty First Credit Union. Well, when we come back, we'll dive into it, Elijah. YZ. The NBA and the NHL when we return. Wow. No, I wasn't coming at you too much. Alexa was pretty happy that she thought she caught you double-fisted and all this stuff, and your roommates were hanging out with you. And
she's hanging out with my roommate more than me.
See, she's leaving the key moments out of this.
Yeah. She barely saw me. She was talking to my roommate. I'm like, all right, I'm going to slink over to the
You're
bar.
like, leave me alone. I'm trying to watch the game
Yeah,
anyway.
go watch the Nuggets.
Is that one of those moments where you're like, you're trying to be like, hey, good to see you, but
yeah, there's a
I
Nuggets
gotta
game
go.
on. They're locked in a battle for their lives, and they don't seem to have any pride right now.
Can you guys quiet down the karaoke?
Yeah.
Anybody turn the TV up? Closed caption?
Now Nuggets fans this morning are missing Michael Malone.
Oh, I've seen a lot of posts about that.
Me too.
You cannot have him. He's off limits.
Nuggets got a clean house, though. Anyone not named Jokic should be on the trade block. Jamal Murray couldn't have been on the floor. He was like, what, 4 of 17 last night?
He was not good.
Trade him.
How do you lose? Having their top 3 guys, essentially. Not top 3, but
Yeah, how do you do it? You have a team that plays with no pride, with no life. They're a poorly constructed roster with a head coach that doesn't deserve to be a head coach. That's a simple fact of the matter.
The Joker was out protecting him last night, too.
Yeah, he was the only person showing any sort of fight, any sort of life.
Joker, give us 40, 20, and 15. Otherwise, we lose.
Yeah, that's the Nuggets right now. You're paying Christian Brown $40 million a year for nothing.
Speaking of Brown, Jaylen Brown has been awful too.
Yeah, he's not been
Fourth quarter in game 5 against the Sixers, It's just
it's
bad to watch.
I am so tired of losing to them. I am Joe Embiid.
A couple years ago, he was like, "This isn't a rivalry. They kick our ass every time."
Yeah, they have a chance to change the narrative.
What can Brown do for you if you're the Nuggets or the Celtics? Not much.
Not much.
Not much.
Not much. He can give you 7 for 17 and 6 turnovers.
That's the sound of the police. Woo, woo. Welcome back to the Morning Hookup. Again, happy Friday. Thanks for hanging out with us. You know what else I don't like about today? I don't know. Maybe I'm just an old man and don't like made up stuff. This May Day, you heard of May Day?
Yeah.
Garbage.
Well, there used to be Mayday baskets.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to those?
I remember doing
They're
that as a
still
kid.
there.
I remember doing
They
that.
are?
I never did. I didn't understand it until I had kids in Nebraska.
I haven't gotten a Mayday basket in 20 years, probably.
Because, I mean, again, my kids have fond memories of doing this stuff. I like running up, putting some on the porch, knocking on the door and running and not get caught.
Yeah.
My daughter did it this morning, by the way. She's 19 to her friends. Kind of cute. My wife drove her around, whatever, but I don't.
Where's I haven't gotten a Mayday basket. And what am I? Can my neighbors, please? Someone?
You're asking for a Mayday.
Can someone show they care about me on a day like today whenever my Nuggets clearly don't care about my emotions and thoughts and feelings?
They didn't think too much about you. We'll get to that. We're going to talk NBA right now, but let's get through the first couple of games first. BTA.
Wow.
Yeah.
In Atlanta last night. My goodness. I had to double take.
Me too.
83-26. That was just halftime.
Yeah.
Well, it's good if you're a Hawks fan that you can shut the game off that early and enjoy your Thursday night.
I don't know what was happening, though. My goodness. 83-26. They lose 140-89.
Not a Hawks fan, but I watched the first quarter, and then that's where I said, okay, I'm turning this off. The Hawks had 8 turnovers in the first quarter, and the Knicks could not miss. That was the product of what happened, and it just continued for the whole first half.
The best part of that game, if you were watching, was watching halftime with Shaq and Charles. Shaq had a Hawks doll and was like trying to give him CPR. Like they were like, it was over. So whatever, Knicks move on.
26 points and a half.
Yeah. It's a lot like the old Doc Sadler teams. But here we go. The Celtics
At
also.
least Doc Sadler's teams played defense.
Yeah, that was not an impressive last night. They move on. The Knicks are advanced in that series. Boy, we get game 7 out east as well. Celtics fall 106-93. Your Celtics got to go back home, maybe try to salvage one here. A lot of momentum on the 76ers side.
Mm-hmm.
As you mentioned, Brown is a key cog, not playing well as of late.
What's wrong? Let me just ask that question, because coming into this series, it was Celtics should have wiped the floor with the 76ers.
Yeah.
It has looked far from that. So what's wrong in your eyes with the Celtics?
Lazy defense, not connected on offense like they usually are. Like the whole product of the Celtics offense is playing fast and shooting the 3 ball. And they have slowed it down. They have not played like themselves is what's going on.
Can one say that it has been the 3 ball that is one? I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I wrote it down. I think it's the last 2 games, 11 of 29 and 12 of 41, which makes that 23 of 70.
Yeah,
from 3 in the last 2 games. They're
very reliant on it.
I don't think you need the money ball guy doing your analytics to say, "Oh boy, that's been the problem."
They're very reliant on it. They don't have anybody who can compete with Joel Embiid down low. Nikola Vucevic trying to guard him is like watching somebody from your local Planet Fitness trying to guard him. It's not very good.
Luka Garza too.
Luka Garza, Nemias Queta, none of them can compete with him. Defense has been lazy. If you look at like net on and off the floor, Jaylen Brown being on the floor is actually like it downgrades the team because of how bad his defense has been. It's just extremely lazy. Derek White has not been able to shoot the 3 ball, and he's been one of our most reliant guys. Everybody just seems really disconnected right now, and it's really just the worst time that could happen because you're up 3-1 in the series. You're at home in Game 5. You can close it out. You drop that one, then you got to go back to Philly. It's like, okay, now you're in a Game 7. Now you really have to show up and lock in.
I'll take this back as we talk about the 3. When they took the 3-1 advantage, they were 24 of 53.
That sounds a lot better. You win games doing that.
The definition of live and die by the 3, and it's been the slow death of the Celtics right now. They get an opportunity to rectify the situation in Game 7 coming up in that series. Boy, closeout series. It's like, what a day it was to be a Minnesota sports fan, by the way, as we get through this. Everybody won. The Twins won. The T-Wolves won. The Wild, which we'll get to, we'll talk. They all won yesterday. They get it done 110-98 on a very depleted roster in Minnesota. And as a Nuggets fan, you just mentioned it. It's time to clean the house just a little bit, but uninspired basketball last night as you watched.
Yeah, they didn't have Ayo Dosunmu. They didn't have Anthony Edwards. They didn't have Dante DiVincenzo. And the Nuggets still got punked.
Mm-hmm.
Was the guy right? What was the guy that said they just not a very good defensive team?
Was
he right?
It was McDaniel.
Yeah, Jaden McDaniels, who had
right?
He had a really good game last night.
He did. He was 32-10-3.
Really good game last night. He won that series for the Timberwolves from Game 1 through Game 6.
Yeah.
He was essentially the guy that carried the Timberwolves, and if Jaden McDaniels is the guy that beats you as the Nuggets, something is very, very broken. And that's the best way I'll describe the Nuggets. They're broken. One-on-one defensively, they don't have a stopper.
No.
That if Minnesota wanted to go iso ball, they could target just about everybody. I can't name you a guy in that Nuggets roster. It used to be Aaron Gordon. Hey, some guy's going off, go put Aaron Gordon out there.
Mm-hmm.
He was kind of dealing with a calf injury here, but he's also just aging. Aaron Gordon is not the athlete that he used to be. He can't stay in front of guys. He can't contest without fouling. He's not the defender that he was, and he wasn't even playing last night because of that calf injury. You can't rely on him defensively. Jamal Murray usually competes defensively, but just not a very good defender. That's not why you have him on the floor, and he wasn't making shots last night. Nikola Jokic, I mean, we know his game is not defense.
Mm-hmm.
He's a smart defender, but he's not like that athlete stuffer.
Yeah, he's not winning awards.
He's not an eliminator in the middle where, hey, you get the ball inside and Nikola Jokic is going to go stuff. He's going to use his positioning and his quick hands to go play defense, but he's not going to get up and contest a guy who's got a downhill head of steam heading towards the rim.
Not built like that.
Cam Johnson was supposed to be a 3-and-D guy. I mean, he's a good off-ball defender, but on ball, bit of a traffic cone. And he's a good 3-point shooter by the stats, but when the Nuggets need a 3 and he puts one up, he never finds the bottom of the net. Bruce Brown, again, he was a 3-and-D guy. Not much of a 3-point shooter, not much of a defender. Tim Hardaway Jr., you couldn't even play him last night. Like, the Nuggets defense was bad. You can't stop a Minnesota Timberwolves team that's missing 3 of its most important scorers. And offensively, it's similar to the Celtics. They look disconnected. A lot of guys that were not ready for the ball pressure that Minnesota was bringing, it threw the Nuggets off, and they just did not have a counterpunch. They didn't have the life to fight back. So that team is broken. I'm expecting big changes this offseason for the Nuggets. I'd be surprised if David Adelman still has a job come tomorrow morning. And as I kind of told you guys off air, and I'll say it again, everybody not named Nikola Jokic on that team should be gone by the time next season rolls around.
Up for sale.
You have a very limited championship window with Jokic.
Mm-hmm.
A Jamal Murray injury and a Aaron Gordon injury kind of took a couple years away from that championship window, and you're clearly on the back end with an aging team that is no longer working.
Yep.
So it's time to make some changes. Nikola Jokic, if he goes off for 45, 15, and 10, you have a chance to win. But anything short of that, you're done for. And that is the sign of a poorly built roster. So everyone's up for sale for the Nuggets this year. The problem is you've already traded draft capital to get guys like Cam Johnson on this team. Trade away Michael Porter Jr., who I don't think was a fit, but you bring in a guy who's somehow an even worse fit.
Something you said off the air, too, was how much you guys are paying Christian Brown.
Yeah, terrible contract. Terrible contract. Paying him almost $40 million a year, and he's horrible. paying $40 million a year for a role player. Don't get that.
I think the Celtics and Nuggets are in the same boat. Well, if the Celtics end up losing this series, they're gonna blow things up too. There is a lot of talks of Jaylen Brown being gone, a lot of talks of moving on from Derek White. There's a lot of pieces we can move. I think that's where the Celtics have it better than the Nuggets. Is we have a lot more pieces that we can move.
You also have Brad Stevens.
Yeah, and the Nuggets,
Nuggets
it's going to be tough.
A roster that was built by 3 different GMs with 3 different perspectives on how to win, which has led to a really poorly constructed roster and a head coach that has no business being a head coach.
I think they not skated into the playoffs, but made it into the playoffs just because they have Nikola Jokic on the team.
Well, they won 10 straight going into the playoffs. I felt good about my Nuggets going into the postseason, but then once the intensity ramped up, and you have a team that can go at you for 6 or 7 games and make adjustments, and like there was just no response from the Nuggets. And that was the disheartening part last night, is aside from Nikola Jokic, there was no life on that floor. There was no pride.
Nope.
So the Nuggets season ends. I will say, as a Nuggets fan, I'm disappointed, but rightfully so. The Nuggets had no business winning that series based on how most of those games went.
Yep. Minnesota took the fight to them, and they were the tougher, more physical team that wanted it. Today, by the way, there'll be some there's some put up or shut up type games out in the NBA tonight, 6:00. Pistons are in Orlando trying to start off elimination. There is the 1 seed. Pistons 3.5-point favorites. The Cavs, they will head back to Toronto tonight as they look to end the series tonight as well. They're 3.5-point favorites. And then an interesting one as well, as the Lakers could not get it done. They will head to Houston tonight to take on the Rockets, and they are 3.5-point dogs tonight.
Are the Pistons going to lose to Orlando?
Yes.
I think they will.
I think they will too.
They have. That's been a really surprising series.
Yes.
I thought Orlando was going to be lifeless. They have shown up far past my expectations.
Well, and this is something that Justice and I talked about very briefly on the Average Joe Sports Show a couple days ago. One of the problems, and we talked about the lack of playoff experience with that Detroit team, there's also been a lack of, you haven't got to see what this roster is built like once playoff time rolls around and lineups shrink, and teams, as we talked about, they have multiple games to prep for you and plan for you and make adjustments. One of the biggest issues with this Pistons team right now is they don't have a competent ball handler not named Cade Cunningham.
Outside of Cade, that's it.
And you can skate by on that in the regular season whenever teams are just, it's a Tuesday night in Memphis. And, where is that? You're not going to be spending 12 hours in a film room watching the Pistons. Come postseason time, teams are going to be spending 48 hours watching film, game planning, and the magic of taking advantage of the fact that aside from Cade Cunningham, the Pistons just don't have ball handlers. So that it's similar to the Nuggets living and dying by Jokic. The Pistons are living and dying by Cade Cunningham. And in a long playoff run, you're going to struggle, especially given the fact that Tobias Harris is like the only player on that roster that has any sort of playoff experience. Warning bells are going off, but the Pistons still have, there's hope for the future. It's just you got to make some moves. Hey, maybe they could be in play for a guy like Jamal Murray.
Yep.
We'll see. But they just don't have any ball handlers outside Cade Cunningham, and there's way too much on his shoulders. Something
to watch as well. I would assure you that Orlando will be rocking. It'll be unique territory for Orlando, because I would lead to go out there and say it's probably the most excitement that Orlando's had since back in the Shaq and Penny days, as they were making some runs back then. Shifting gears, as you said, you just can't skate into things. Boy, last night in hockey, we had 2 games, two eliminations last night. The Wild ran wild on the Stars last night. Big third period with 3 goals to eliminate the Stars last night, win that 4-2. First time since 2015, Minnesota Wild hockey have felt any kind of success in their first playoff series win since 2015.
Yeah, I was fully expecting the Wild to lose this series in 7. Now they get to go play the Avs, which that should be a very, very good series. This Wild team is fun. They have some good American stars on the team. Quinn Hughes, guy, we saw him in the Olympics.
He had 2 goals and an assist last night.
Yeah, he's a star. I think from an Avs point of view, it's good the Wild won that series. If you are an Avs fan, and there's plenty of them around here, the Wild is a better matchup. The Stars have kind of been the boogeyman for the Avs in the playoffs the past couple years. This is a good matchup for the Avs and Wild from a fan base point of view. Wild fan have been starving for a team that can make a run in the playoffs. We know, I mean, Denver is a hockey town. It's not a basketball town. It's in the fall, it's kind of football, but all winter long, Avs fans show up and show out. It's a hockey town. It's going to be, from a fan base point of view, going to be a fun series. I think it should be a series that goes deep as well. The Avs should be favored. I'm not sure. I haven't seen a series line or anything. I'd probably set the total in the games of this one at like 5.5. We'll see. I think the Avs will be favored by a decent amount, but it'll be a fun series.
Just looking at series. When does it kick off? It's a while.
Yeah, well, we don't have the schedule yet.
We don't have the schedule yet. Dang it. But also last night, boy, it didn't take long for the Ducks to get this one going. 3-1 after one. They win 5-2. Send the Oilers packing as well in the hockey world.
I think Avs Wild should kick off. It's either Monday or Tuesday next week. It should be getting started.
Yeah, it's not out there. Also, today coming up, boy, some really getting that. We're getting down there, right? We're getting down to the advance and survive or start off elimination games. You got 6 o'clock tonight. Lightning trying to hang on and try to take that series back home. They're down 3-2 against the Canadiens in a series that's been really entertaining. If you're looking for some pretty tough-minded hockey, Sabres Bruins, as Buffalo tries to end the Bruins at home tonight, or can they get it back on the other side to get to Game 7? And the nightcap Golden Knights hold a 3-2 lead over the Mammoth.
My official predictions for tonight.
Here we go. Official.
Montreal eliminates the Tampa Bay Lightning tonight at home. The Sabres go on the road and eliminate the Bruins. In the Mammoth stave off elimination, they force a Game 7 against the Golden Knights. I think we have 2 series that end tonight and one that gets forced to 7. There's my official predictions.
You're calling it.
Official. Lock it in. Take it to the sports book, unless your name is Brendan Sorsby.
That's a discussion we can get into later, too.
See the shock face? Wow. That was good.
I'll probably go 2 for 3, but I feel good about my predictions here. I think Montreal and Buffalo both get it done. Golden Knights is a good win for them the other night in double overtime, but now they go on the road. They're heading out to Utah. I think the Mammoth force 7. That's been an evenly contested series.
It's going to be a good sports night out there with hockey going on, NBA going on, Nebraska baseball, Big Ten plus. A lot to be said, and a beautiful night as well, and whatever you're doing. So let's take a break. When we come back, we'll do a whole bunch of this day in sports. What we got?
We have a lot of time on the clock. We probably need to find one thing to talk about before this day in sports. Because we got, what, 14 on the clock?
I got another one.
13:54.
I got one.
Yeah, I'm good at this.
I'm good at this. Oh, yeah, I knew that.
I'm arguing with people about the Celtics who aren't even Celtics fans right now.
That's social media for you.
Not even social media, just my friends.
Ooh, I've been invited to participate in the NFHS rules writing process by completing the annual baseball questionnaire. Due by next Friday.
What do you got to do?
The NFHS baseball rules questionnaire, which helps with rule changes in the coming years. We get a safety bag coming to high school ball beginning next year.
Good thing.
Good thing, yeah. It's a slightly added complication for umpires, but we should get it figured out pretty quick.
As long as you understand it's only in play one time.
Yeah.
When you're running the first. It's not the same as the other bag.
Otherwise, you can just pretend it's not even there. Once you run through first base,
it's gone. It disappears.
Yeah, well, if you're rounding and going to second, it also kind of disappears.
When you round, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as you,
if you're running through first base, it's
yes. There. If you're not, it's not.
If you're rounding and going to second, you can still use the base, but you can also use the white bag.
Okay.
Whereas if
Yes.
you're running through first base, you can't even use the white bag.
Once you get to that point and either pass it to the left or pass it straight on, it's gone.
Yeah. And once you run through first, say you make a slight turn, ball gets thrown away, you make a slight turn, you got to come back. You can't come back to the green safety bag.
No,
you got to
it's
come back
gone.
to the white bag.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
The
safety
safety bag.
bag.
Oh yeah.
But it helps with what we talked about a couple weeks ago with Nebraska USC, and people didn't want to hear the correct take with runners lane interference. It's one of the things with the green safety bags. It's supposed to help with runners lane interference because they can remain in the runners lane the entire time,
No
and
matter what.
and the bag is in the safety lane.
Yes, no matter what.
Yeah. I'll take that questioner at some point.
Add it to the weekend.
Morning, Greg. This weekend. Ooh.
Welcome back to the morning hookup.
What year did this song come out? Like, what, 03?
Oh gosh, definitely early 2000s.
Hey, we'll get to the final segment of the fast moving first hour. We mentioned earlier, when you think things are done, they're not done. Nebraska basketball yesterday had tied up another loose end, as you know, we did not have Coach Fred Hoiberg on this past Thursday. As he said, "Hey, I got a visitor in town." Really? And you start from the post. Here they come, and boom, boom, and then the next thing you know, South Dakota State big man Damon Wilkins, welcome to Nebraska, commits 6'10", 245 pound. Boy, look at the numbers. One thing, there's a couple things that'll stick out. One size, 6'10", 245. Look at some tape. Averaged 14.7 rebounds a game. 59% from the field. Does shoot the free throw well. And he is not your 3-point guy. They never, and will never, has never, and will never attempt a three.
We'll say will never.
Will never. Why are you out that high? Kind of guy, but another big addition for Nebraska. When you look at, I think this is a good depth piece as you start looking at because you got Kapke down low now. We've been talking about Leo Curtis down there and his future development. This just gives you another good piece with a body that's got some college hoops experience, but another good addition for Nebraska. This is quietly, and maybe not local, but quietly, Fred Hoiberg has crushed the portal.
Oh yeah,
he's nailed the portal overall.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this is more of a traditional Big Ten big man.
Yes.
6'10", 260. He's going to battle down low. Looks he's kind of got a point with, like, if you're on the 3-point line, why are you out there?
Why is the guy out there?
I'll say never say never, because there might be that late shot clock moment where he's got to fling one up, but
those don't count in my book. I don't.
They do in the stat book.
I don't think at the end of I don't believe in like the half court buzzer beater shot that doesn't go in should count against your stats.
They changed that in the NBA.
It doesn't.
In the NBA, heaves no longer count against. It counts. It does. If you make it, it counts as a make. If you miss it, it doesn't count as a miss.
I would say if Damon Wilkins throws a shot up from 3, it's a heave no matter what.
Yeah, shouldn't go on.
It's a documented heave. A guy at that size, and it's a heave.
But Fred in the portal, we talked about how there's some teams that go out there and they get the best talent. You get the 5-star prospect, you get the guy that was on this team, right? Fred has gone out and gotten the guys that are for his system. You look at the personnel of how these guys will fit into his offensive system. They fit like a glove. Lenhart, Orm, Wilkinson, Kapke, I can't say his last name, DeGorville. Yep. They all you can picture it in your head how they will fit on this team. He's done a really good job.
I think it's also to be noted out there, and again, I read a lot of articles and stuff that we mentioned earlier about how much the culture might be in play at Nebraska. There's a ton of comments out there from these players that have committed to Nebraska, and now they're signed on, that have said Lincoln's got vibes. This is a winning culture. These are a bunch of guys I can hang out with on and off the court that feels good. You go back and see all the guys that have committed out of the portal. That's the growing theme.
of what's happening in Lincoln.
And that's the noted change from Fred's first 3 years in Lincoln, is the togetherness, the closeness behind the scenes of this team. That's one thing I'll give credit to Connor Asijan with some of his social media. You get to see what this team is behind the scenes, and what this team is behind the scenes is it's a group of guys that handle themselves the right way. They're close off the floor. You have guys that are hanging out together off the floor, which I know it sounds like a small thing, but there's a lot of teams out there in America where the teammates, they're together at practice and all the team meeting stuff, but then, hey, once you get back home, I don't want to see my teammates no more.
Look, man,
I spend enough time with them already. You have a Husker basketball team that, at least this past year and the year before, they genuinely enjoy each other's company, being around each other, which it leads to togetherness on the floor.
Look, and in today's world of NIL, rev share, dollars and cents, that is not real. It's unique. That's what makes this so special. Because I'm telling you, everybody knows this, right? Like in the locker rooms of a lot of places, there's a lot of jockeying going on. You make what, you make what, you make what. It can become toxic at times with the money, especially if you're a top producing NIL guy and you don't produce on the floor or you don't hang out with everybody. It's a real tough world that these guys live. And the fact, again, we'll go back. Again, we can go back and talk about the 22-23 season when that was going to go. You can look back and probably go, that is when everything changed at Nebraska for basketball. That group that now has elevated the culture, and then you get guys to stay around and the culture stays around. It's becoming a place where kids want to come and not leave. Where hopping around is cool these days. So it's a tribute to what the staff in that 22-23 team did, and also the evolution of your head coach.
Yeah.
At his age and his success, there's a lot of learnings that I think he went through, from what my staff looked like, what I thought it should look like, to the culture, the players we should have, because society and culture told us that you need to go buy the best players possible. You have to have 5 stars. Don't get me wrong, you still need talent to play to play with the big boys, but the evolution of where his staff was to what his staff is now to the type of player and fit and culture that we're going with.
I mean, it's Fred was an early adopter of transfers at Iowa State, and there was a learning curve. First off, you were building up from nothing at Nebraska, legitimately nothing.
Absolutely zero.
So the portal strategy you utilized at Iowa State, you couldn't really use at Nebraska. So he had to change his portal strategy. And now as you see him finally settle into things, I think he can go back and kind of reclaim that portal strategy that he used at Iowa State before the portal was even around, where, hey, he's going to get guys in. He wants a starting 5 that's all shooting the 3-point ball effectively. Not to mention the fact it's not just about how you shoot the 3-point ball. It's about your personality, who you are, what type of basketball player you are. You don't have to make reaches and guesses, and you don't have to go get a guy hoping he fits. You can get a guy knowing he fits. So we'll see. Should we get into some This Day in Sports history?
Let's do some This Day in Sports. That's good stuff. By the way, congrats to that. And by the way, I think also noted that it's nice that we do have Coach next Wednesday, and we can keep T out of trouble. Because by then, I said this yesterday, I was communicating with these guys about it, and Coach Hoiberg's comment was, I got this going on, and then probably let's do it Wednesday, and by then we can talk about all the players because they'll be officially signed. So we'll be in the clear. It will not make me not pick on T when we come on the show, though.
I will say, I think whenever you were talking to Fred before Wilkinson was even in town, I think Fred knew he was in the boat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because it was weird yesterday, because it was like, yes, we can't do the interview, blah, blah, got somebody coming to town. Then you saw the post, and I watched it posted, this kid's in town. Then there was a post that said he might be going to go visit NC State. But then you find out, wait a minute.
No.
They didn't let him get off campus.
No.
You're like, you're going where? No.
One of the agent behind the scenes is like, all right, let's lock this thing up.
Coach, he's on his way out. Stall him. Shut the elevator down. But he gets done. He's in. In this day in 1920.
I was going to hit this one first.
You
106 years ago. No, go for it.
Do it. Legendary slugger Babe Ruth hit his first home run for the New York Yankees in a 6-0 win over his former club, the Boston Red Sox. He shakes his head.
On the same day, 1920, May 1st, the longest MLB game by innings in MLB history, one that I don't think will be broken with the ghost runner on second now. The Brooklyn Robins and the Boston Braves play a 26-inning game, final score, a tie, 1-1.
Yeah.
What's the longest baseball game you guys have ever been to?
There was a Texas A&M and Husker baseball game probably 20 years ago now. I was in elementary school. That ended up going, I think, 18 or 19 innings.
Yeah, I was about the same. My mom and I went to I'll never forget, it was TCU Virginia at the College World Series. I think it was 17 or 18 innings. I know we were there till like 2:00 in the morning. But yeah, great game. Great game.
Let's see if I can find the history of the baseball series here. Because it had to have been like 2010, 2009, somewhere in there. But it was a ridiculously long baseball game that we had to leave early because I can't remember. I think I had school the next day. Maybe I was just a kid and I don't know, they didn't want me staying up so late. But we hit like 10:30 or 11 p.m. and the game was still going. It was like, all right, wrap it up.
1994 NFL draft. Do you guys remember who went first in that draft?
Who had the first overall pick that year?
The New England Patriots.
I'm looking at
Was
it,
that-
so I'm not going to look at
is
it.
that Bledsoe?
Is it 1994 or 84?
84.
I'm
Yeah.
looking. I'm looking at it, so I'm not going to answer.
84.
He was a wide receiver.
From
Irving Fryer.
from the University of
Yes.
Nebraska. Yeah,
I was looking
first
at it.
overall pick.
This day in 1988, Michael Jordan, by the way, scored 50 points in Game 1 of the NBA Eastern Conference Playoff Series against the Cleveland Cavaliers. He also went back-to-back, scored 55. The next first to score 50-plus points in consecutive playoff games. Oh, here's one. This, I believe, a record never to be broken, by the way. And maybe I'm wrong about this, but the way the game is. And on this day in 1991, A's outfielder Ricky Henderson steals all-time Major League Baseball record, 939th base. He will go on to steal more, but that's a record I think never gets broken.
In 1969, Astros pitcher Don Wilson blanks the Reds 4-0 for his second career no-hitter. On that same day, trucking magnate Leonard Tost buys the Philadelphia Eagles for what was then a professional sports record, $16.15 million.
Wow.
Do you want to guess what the Eagles are valued at now?
$2 billion. I don't even know. It's billion.
Yeah,
It starts with a B.
So
gotta be right.
$8.3 billion.
Okay, I didn't know it was that much.
And it's
Jeez.
billion.
$8.3 billion. And again, in 1969, they were worth $16.15 million.
Hooksy, not.
Yeah.
I don't mean this in a rude way. How old are you?
48.
Okay. You think you could go out and throw a no-hitter in the MLB right now?
No, but I know what you're looking at because I was looking at it too. No way.
Nolan
Not a
Ryan,
chance.
Nolan Ryan did at the age of 44 in what year?
91.
1991.
How about that? The same year that Ricky Henderson broke the stolen base record.
Could you go out and pump 95 right now?
No,
Is that the same year that Nolan Ryan got Ventura in a headlock and was
probably it was just
feeding him uppercuts?
It's boy,
Because he was old at that point.
that might be another record that never gets broke. The one you just talked about. He threw the oldest. He was 44 years old. He threw the no hitter, which is 7th of all time.
Who's the oldest pitcher to get into a brawl on the mound? He could hold that record as well.
I don't see how he doesn't.
Who's a guy that could break that record right now in the MLB? Like, is Verlander still in the league?
You're talking about like
Throw a no-hitter. How old is Scherzer nowadays? Well, he hasn't looked very good this year.
Max.
no.
Yeah, I think that record's gonna last for a while. 44-year-old throwing a no-hitter.
Max is 41.
Yeah, I don't know how.
I don't
know
see him
how
pitching
much,
3 years
I
from
don't know how
now.
much longer he's got.
You guys remember? This is kind of a weird, kind of a cool one because we forget how. Maybe not forget. Maybe you talk about Barry Bonds, but you think other things. But what a hitter he was. In 2004, he set the Major League Baseball record for being intentionally walked 4 times in a 9-inning game. Hey, also, I got one for you. How about in 1997 on this day? You guys weren't even born, were you?
Nope.
AOL Instant Messenger was released.
Wow.
You don't even know what that is.
I
do you?
know what it is. I never used it.
I will say that I don't know what that is.
I hate you all.
It's up there with floppy disks, you
I
know?
hate you all. Hate you all. You guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging out with us. Coming up, Will Wilson. We're going to talk Derby. Jeff Mosey Almanac. We got a lot of prep stuff to talk about and stories and a whole lot more.
In the race for Secretary of State, there's one candidate who does more than just talk. He gets things done. Bob Evnen. Spell it E-V-N-E-N. On voter ID, Bob Evnen wrote the bill. You got it done. Because if you need an ID to board a plane, you ought to need one to vote. E-V-N-E-N. On keeping foreign billionaires out of our elections, Bob Evnen brought the bill to shut them down. E-V-N-E-N. Bob Evnen worked with President Trump to make sure illegal aliens will never vote in Nebraska elections. The only candidate endorsed by Nebraska Right to Life and an A rating from the NRA. For Secretary of State, there's only one choice. Re-elect Bob Evnen. E-V-N-E-N. Evnen, our Republican Secretary of State. Paid for by Bob Evnen for Nebraska.
You know that feeling? Like every door is closing and you just can't see a way out? Being unemployed, underemployed, or just out of school feels a lot like that. But when you find the right tools, suddenly everything just clicks. Getting on that path may be easier than you think. A good place to start? Go to findsomethingnew.org. At findsomethingnew.org, you have access to resources that help develop new skills. Skills that will position you for careers in today's growing industries, from healthcare and manufacturing to cybersecurity and alternative energy. Plus, you can take advantage of online courses, certification programs, apprenticeships, and more. So you can take yourself from unemployed and uncertain to empowered and prepared for what's next. Find your path to a new career today. Visit findsomethingnew.org. A message from the Ad Council.
It's easy to connect with nature right in your own backyard with the help from the Wild Bird Habitat stores. May is officially Nebraska Bird Month and a great time to set up a bird feeder, install a bird bath, or hang a birdhouse and enjoy nature. Learn more online at Nebraska Bird Month or stop by the Wild Bird Habitat in Alamo Plaza, 56 and Nebraska Parkway, or north at 4900 Dudley Street for information on Nebraska Bird Month or the Nebraska Birding Bowl, where you can win big prizes just for watching birds during May. Also online at wildbirdhabitatstore.com.
Social Security is with you through life's journey from birth to retirement. As your life changes year to year, so do your needs. For over 80 years, Social Security has helped to meet your needs and is committed to improving access to the services that make a difference in your life. Today, you can verify your earnings, estimate your future benefits, apply for retirement, manage your benefits, and even change your address, all from the comfort of your home. Social Security's online services help put you in control with secure access to your information anytime, anywhere, allowing you to spend more time with family, friends, or simply just enjoying the day. Social Security, securing today and tomorrow. See what you can do online at socialsecurity.gov.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Hey everyone, let's all stop what we're doing and take a moment. You see? Every moment can be kind of special. But they can be loud moments, goofy moments, dorky moments. It doesn't matter. Because every time dads like us take a moment like that to spend with our kids, well, it's pretty momentous. So let's take a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Lincoln's local news, talk, sports, and weather station. FM 101.5, 1240 AM, KFOR, and KFRX HD3, Lincoln. From ABC News. I'm Mike Dubusky. Around 40% of Americans say they're worse off financially today compared to when President Trump started his second term. That, according to a new ABC News Ipsos poll, which asked Americans how they're feeling about rising prices. Jacob from Arkansas is self-employed, and he says he's had to cut back on some real necessities.
I'm a skinny guy. I've never really eaten that much, but I've cut back on eating. I don't really do anything, for leisure or luxury anymore. It's all kind of just getting the bills paid.
Brenda is from Texas. She was retired, but had to get a job recently to cover the rising cost of living.
It's a struggle every day for everybody. Food is ridiculous. Gas, utilities, everything is just... It's almost to where I feel like everybody's on the brink of homelessness. And America should be that way.
Gas prices in particular are a pain point, with Brent crude now trading at around $110 a barrel. Average price for a gallon of regular in the U.S. is now $4.40, but ABC's Elizabeth Schulze says there are ways to save.
So we did the math for you on this one. Let's use New Jersey as an example, where as of Thursday afternoon, the average price for a gallon of gas was $4.27. So we checked out a gas station at a Costco in New Jersey. The price there was $3.99. That's almost 30 cents cheaper just by going to that Costco than the state's average. If you use a Costco credit card, you're going to save another 5%.
Oil prices are elevated around the world amid the war with Iran, which crossed a significant milestone today.
This morning does mark 60 days since the president notified Congress he was launching strikes on Iran, which, according to the War Powers Act, means lawmakers must authorize any extensions to the war. But on Capitol Hill, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is claiming otherwise.
ABC's Martha Raddatz. Hegseth saying because there's a ceasefire with Iran, the deadline doesn't apply. You're listening to ABC News.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Rollout of new Medicaid requirements in Nebraska. Good morning, I'm Jeff Moats. We're at 55 degrees at KFOR. Last December, Governor Jim Pillen announced that Nebraska will become the first state to implement new work requirements in the Medicaid system under President Trump's new tax and policy package starting May 1st, which is today. Organizations like Nebraska Appleseed, though, raised concerns about the immediacy of the rollout, especially now that it's happening when the Department of Health and Human Services website is also scheduled to undergo maintenance starting tonight, with brief outages that could happen over the weekend. Sarah Marsh is with Nebraska Appleseed.
This is the first few days of implementation. They're doing maintenance on the website, which may cause an outage, so people can't get the information they need about the work requirements.
And that could impact tens of thousands of Nebraskans. What if an EF4 tornado slammed into Lincoln from the west central side into downtown? How would first responders handle the situation? That was the scenario on Thursday afternoon during a training exercise called the Capital Cyclone at the Lincoln Fire and Rescue Training Facility near 3rd and South. Members of Nebraska's Task Force 1 and other search and rescue crews from Colorado practiced through a simulated disaster scene set up by Task Force member Brady Papik.
Tornadoes can do a lot of different things, and that's why in our facility here, we have try to get a lot of different materials built into it. So we have wood that's incorporated in it. We have steel and iron. We have concrete, different cars in different orientations. So just trying to get and think of any possible thing that could happen.
That training wraps up today after 3 days of work. Lancaster County Election Commissioner Todd Wilchin is reminding you and other eligible voters that the deadline for registering to vote in the May 12th statewide primary is this evening at 6. You must now register to vote in person at the Election Commission office. Since the online and postmarked voter registration deadlines have passed, Wilchin also says that the deadline for a voter to request a ballot to be mailed to them for the primary election is also this evening at 6. Sunny today and a high of 62. I'm Jeff Moats, KFOR News.
Your chance at winning $1,000 is happening right now at Lincoln's KFOR. Just enter this winning word by texting into 402-258-2800 and you could be our next 1K a day winner. Here is this hour's winning word.
Flow. F-L-O-W. Flow.
Now text that word to 402-258-2800 for your chance at $1,000 from Lincoln's KFOR.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it. Click Grainger.com.
This is the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
Welcome back to the Morning Hookup, hour number 2. Little theme there. 10 o'clock keyword is flow, F-L-O-W. Text that word at 402-258-2800. For a chance to win $1,000 sponsored by Liberty First Credit Union. I want to ask you guys a question. Are you nostalgic with stuff? Yes. You like stuff?
Yeah.
Like old stuff? Yeah?
For the most part.
Yeah. Nebraska AD Troy Dannon was talking on sports radio, Husker Radio.
I know where you're going with this.
He said that the Memorial Stadium troughs will be available for purchase by fans, any shape, some way, shape, or form. Are you going in? Are you busting a trough?
I was telling this to Schmitty yesterday, and I bring it up with you fellas because I think it's a great idea. Studio trough.
I mean, I'm in.
Wow.
You know how nice it'd be to not have to walk all the way to the bathroom?
Yeah.
You don't have to wait for a commercial break.
Mm-hmm.
You just get up, do your business real quick, and come back to the show. We'll just put it in the corner over here where the chair is.
Might have to black out. Might have to put some more stuff up.
No, but over here you should be good.
Yeah.
From like over here in the angle, like you'll be back turned to everybody that's doing the show, back turned to the big window.
We could create blind spots.
They can't see you from in there. That's a good blind spot right there.
I like that. We could corner it somehow. Like,
I don't even think you need to do that. I think you can just kind of attack the corner.
I don't know. That studio over there susses me out. Might have to put like a curtain.
yeah,
up
I
or
know.
something.
There's some creepers over there sometimes.
But no, you'd have your back to them. It could work.
I just wondered if you'd be in on, because I know like when they do these things, I know like when they did, we did the Bob as of recent, they're selling the chairs, and I'm sure they're sold out at the Bob. So they're gonna have the troughs available. And a lot of other stuff. I bet a lot of other stuff too out there, but the troughs are like, oh.
In all seriousness, there are some bars and restaurants, more bars in downtown Lincoln that I think would do well with the trough system.
Yeah.
Really be efficient.
It's really efficient at the icebox.
Oh yeah. Troughs.
You know the best part of the troughs at the icebox, what they've done?
They have the beer shelf up top.
Yep.
It's funny. I knew exactly what you were talking about.
Let's be real. It's just a nice little, I'm just going to put this here. And I'm going to go do my business.
And depending on how many you've had, it's a nice, little leaning spot too.
Yeah. Hold the shelf. Memorial Stadium really missed out on upgrading their troughs with a shelf. They didn't think that through, and they put beer in the stadium. You need the trough. So, all right, coming up here in a minute. Let's go ahead and get it. Let's go get it. We're going to get Will Wilson. I'm going to talk a little bit of Derby.
Have you guys with the names this year while we get them on? Have you guys seen the names for the Kentucky horse?
I'm glad you said
Kentucky
that.
Derby horse. There's some good ones this year. I like. Oh no!
Is scratched?
My favorite name from last night got scratched. Right to Party. Right to Party got scratched. I still like Golden Tempo. That's a good horse name. The Puma. Good horse name. So Happy. Incredibolt.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Pavlovian. 52-1 odds, huh?
This computer is really messing me up. I like names. I can't get to them. Nothing is working.
Chief Wallaby.
Did he not answer?
No, he picked up.
All right.
He picked up. Chief Wallaby.
We got our guy.
We got him.
Oh, baby. Will Wilson, the return of formerly Willie J in the house. What up, Will?
Hey, you got that lighter? Hey, what's up, guys?
Oh, I knew it. Oh, Will, my friend.
Hey, Will, you had a big night last night.
You did, brother.
Oh, man, what a concert that was. You know, I was telling everybody for months that I was going to try and get Skizzy to the bar after. And it sounded like it was all but a done deal. Now we showed up to Tavern after, and if he doesn't show up, I'm looking like the biggest a-hole around. I would probably have to move. But he showed up, and it was one of the best nights ever, you guys. It was great.
Now that you've met, did you get a picture with him?
Of course. Yeah, me and him go way back, more than you think.
Well, I know, but now where does this rate from your signed Tim Miles book? Is that in the trash now?
Whoa, no, that you know what? That actually fell off my bookshelf, and it's actually hanging. It's actually like laying on the ground behind my bookshelf. I'm too lazy to go pick it up.
Oh, Will. Hey, anything you want to say to Elijah as well as your T-Wolves? Knock those Nuggets out.
Yeah, no, that's good. The T-Wolves winning is good. But Elijah, what is up with you? Like a few weeks ago, we beat USC on that huge walk-off, and everybody is just so happy. And then you got to go on Twitter and you started arguing that it was base runner interference. Like what did somebody make you mad that night?
No, this is Elijah the umpire coming out, not Elijah the baseball fan coming out. I said I was surprised that it wasn't, and let it be known, many umpires talked to me and texted me and said they also felt the same way. I think it's all right to point out that Nebraska caught a break. I think Nebraska may have caught a break in that moment, and that's okay. People were freaking out, calling me all sorts of names. It's just the umpire and me coming out. The umpires may have missed one. Nebraska may have got lucky. That's okay. I just said I was surprised that it wasn't called.
Well, I almost unfollowed you, but I just
Will, you wouldn't believe I was sitting at a select baseball game in between, and one of the parents that kids that I coach mentioned, you see this guy on Twitter talking about the game? I'm like, yeah, I kind of know that guy.
Hey, I couldn't believe it, Hooksy. I couldn't believe it. It was the worst thing. My girlfriend and I got in a fight that night too. So that was the worst thing I needed to see.
Hey, let it be. I just know ball.
Oh my goodness!
I'm sorry.
Right, my goodness. Well, we got.
How are you guys though?
Good,
tell me, how are you guys been, and how's the listeners? It's so good to be back on the air. How's everybody?
I think it's going okay, man. You were back by popular demand as coming up with the Derby coming up. It's going good, man. Obviously, but you are still thought about because I believe the screensaver on that side is still your face.
No. Not anymore.
You missed out. We had a bit of a cyber attack a couple months ago that kind of shut things down, and we lost a lot of stuff off the computers in here. So
it used to be you.
Great.
Though. It was you.
So the Russians have my photo. That's great.
Yeah, it's first.
That's pretty much
I think you're safe. Again, but it's good to hear from you, my friend. Hey, let's talk some Derby, man. I know you love the horses, my friend. We've been looking at some names and give us some thoughts. What you're looking at, because I know you'll be watching the Derby and maybe dabbling in a little bit.
I'm currently on the course with 4 of the best handicapping horse minds I've ever known. And I was actually going to compliment them. I'm actually happy that we're actually bringing style into horse racing. You go out to the track and you'd see nothing but blue jeans, ripped pants, and, a Hard Rock Cafe t-shirt. So I think us 4 are doing a good job of bringing style back into the game. But when I look at this Derby field, I think there's a lot of talented horses compared to recent years. Like you can make an argument for a lot of these horses, and right now I'm going on the 15 horse. I'm looking at the 15 horse emerging market. That's who I like right now. And there's still a day to go. We're going to learn a lot today with the Oaks and see if that changes our minds tomorrow. But right now, my win ticket is going to be on the 15. Listen, guys, the Derby is complete madness. I mean, you're not going year round to bet the favorite in the Derby. It's just pointless. Anything could happen in that final stretch. So if you're going to be betting the favorite tomorrow, I don't really want to hang out with you. I don't really want to be around you. So you got to find some prices, and there are some prices tomorrow. There's going to be some horses that could be at 20-1, 25-1. I think my 15 horse could be around 15-1, so that's why I like him. So
at 16-1,
15 horse emerging market, yeah.
Could you say with that 15 horse that there is a bit of an emerging betting market?
Is that a joke, Hooksy?
I'm not that witty, you know that.
Well, I'm sure you have yet to catch up on Elijah's jokes, but
no.
So right now I like the 15 horse. The 1 horse right now is the favorite, or it's probably going to be. Problem with him, he's in the 1 hole, and a lot of people think that's just a death post for the one horse. And this horse is he shows that he can come from behind it and and win, and that's probably what he's going to do. I'll probably throw him in some trifectas because it does look like the best horse in the field. But the one hole, that's why a lot of people are afraid to play him. It's just that number one post. It's a death hole for him. So he's probably going to be the favorite. The Puma, number 9 horse, that's getting a lot of run right now for the name, obviously. But he has shown some nice races. I like him. He's probably like my 3rd pick right now. I like the Puma a lot. There's a few other horses in there. Incredible. I have my eye on. He's kind of a Virginia horse that I think could frickin' run. If he gets a lane in that final stretch, he's going to go. So I like Incredible. And then Further Ado, that's a horse that's kind of getting some run right now, the 14 horse. A lot of people think he's going to get a nice trip. Don't know much more about him. I know he's got the biggest speed figure coming into the race, but if you look at former Derby winners, speed figures, a lot of these former Derby winners in the last 5 years came into the race with speed figures not even over 100. So a lot of people like to overreact to those, but yeah, those are the 5 horses that I got my eye on.
Well, when you look at the Derby, I know you've done, I spent a lot of time together and all your sheets and notes and all the good stuff. What type of horse are you? Because all the Triple Crown races are different. What kind of horse are you building or are you looking for in the Derby?
Yep. So I always, if you look at the last 6 Derbies, well, other than 2, Medina Spirit, who was disqualified and is now dead, and Authentic, those 2 horses won from the front. They got the lead and won the race. Very hard to do in the Derby. And other than that, the winners, I've noticed this. When they were coming around that last turn and they were about to enter the stretch, they were always about 4 lengths off from the lead, and they were just getting into their stride. They were just starting to get into their top gear. So I'm looking at that. I'm rewatching races and see when these horses make their moves. And so, like I said, emerging market. If you watch his Louisiana Derby race, he did exactly that. Came right around the last turn, about 4 lengths off, and ran off and won. So those are the types of horses I'm looking for. And there's you could probably pick 10 horses in the field that have that style, but it all matters on if they're going to get the trip and, what post they're in. That matters as well.
Is there anything to name value with this where, folks are out there betting based on name alone? I think the Puma is one. I love the name. I love the name Golden Tempo. Is there any, better odds you can get because folks are betting the name? Is there anything to that?
I don't know. Not really. I mean, in smaller races at smaller tracks, probably. But in the Derby, there's just so much money being bet on it. So much money that. And Joel on the first shot on number 4 dunks it in the water. We'll see how Craig goes.
Wait, what course are you guys at?
We're at Pioneers. Joel, what was that? What'd you hit? And he just completely duffs it. Yeah,
I'll say number 4. I'm taking the short tees where you don't even have to play it over the water. The white tees up around the side.
Well, that's you. We're on the hooks. We're on the blue.
Oh yeah.
And you should help me out. Deep into the wind. I mean, it's windy out here. I think I got to go hybrid.
What's the distance? What do you got? I know your game.
Dude, I think it's probably one. It's saying 167.
So it's blowing like 10 to 15. It's 180 for you. Whatever one
driver.
180. Play at 180.
Set up a tee.
All right. Well, hey, hit me with one more before I dunk it in the water.
How big of an advantage do the jockeys give you? Like, you talk about the horses, but I mean,
that's a great question.
Yeah, how big is the jockeys?
That's Caleb, right?
Yep. Yes, sir.
As Mike dunks it in the water.
Club up, man. Club up. I'm already seeing a trend.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to let my buddy Craig answer that, who is one of the best minds.
Tell him not to cuss.
Racing. Here he is.
No cussing.
Don't swear. What am I answering? Here.
Go ahead, Caleb. Ask your question. Craig, what's up?
Well, we've been talking about the Derby and we're talking about the different horses and stuff. But what about the jockeys? How big of an impact did the jockeys make on the race?
Big time. They got to be able to navigate through a 20-horse field. You get some bozo out there that gets bounced around in traffic like one of my jockeys did a couple years ago. You got to be able to avoid the traffic and get that right trip. So jockeys play a huge role in this race.
Do you have any favorites in this year's Kentucky Derby, and maybe the jockeys play a factor in that?
Javier Castellano, I like a lot, and he's on the Puma, and that horse is going to drop back and make a big run like he did with Mage a couple of years ago. So look for that horse to be coming late. I'm going to hand the phone back to Will here.
Man,
Awesome.
hey, he
Thanks,
fucking
Greg.
killed it.
Whoa!
Hey, Jake, I'm so sorry. Jeez.
We're all good.
I meant, he killed it. Gosh, guys.
we got you.
It's been so long, guys. Jeez.
Luckily, we got a pro behind the board here with Caleb. It didn't even happen.
Nope, never happened. So, did you hit it? Did you hit it in the water?
No, I actually, for the first time in my life, hit a green in regulation on 4.
Atta baby. So, all right,
hit
Will.
Hit a nice low draw into it. It's going to be nice. Hey, guys, number 15, emerging market. And, my trifecta, I'm going to go 15, 1, and 6.
15, 1, and 6. Commandment.
15, 1, and 6. All right, my brother, man. We appreciate it, man. Have a good time out there. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, Oaksy, let's link up. You too, Elijah. See you guys.
Brother. All right, that was Will Wilson, that Derby talk right there. Let's take a break. Flow, FLOW is that keyword. Text it to 402-258-2800. Flow, FLOW. When we come back to the Almanac, Jeff Moats. That dumped.
We should have. We got it dumped.
Yeah.
Does that button work?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
You count to 5. Hold the button for 4.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Thought I was talking to Coach Danny Nee again. Jeez.
I find he tells his buddy that he puts on the phone, "Don't swear,"
and then
he comes
first thing
back.
he says.
Oh man.
Will Wilson back in the house. Adam, what's up, brother?
Streamers get the F-bombs.
They get it. Moatsy.
The low riding chair.
Low rider. Welcome to the show. Yeah, use that one. Perfect.
No.
Need content.
No.
You're going to get in trouble.
No workman's comp.
You be sure to put those chairs back because every time I come in here, they stare at me.
Hooksy, we got to talk about this with Mozi, but we also need your take. Kalai Larson, he missed out on a perfect game yesterday because of 2 errors.
What do you mean?
No.
Was it a no-hitter?
I believe it was.
If it's a no-hitter, I mean, that's a big deal. You know what? That'd be the second no-hitter that I know of that East has had all year. The other one I saw was a combined no-hitter, and that was against North Star.
I need to check the final score, but he went 2 for 3 at the plate, 9 strikeouts, no walks, no hits.
He's legit, man.
2 runners got on first via error, and then he picked them both off, which is wild. It's Elk South. East. Let's check what the final score was. 5-0 in 7 innings. So
Your password is expired. Must be changed on the temp.
flip it to the other one on there.
Oh Lord.
What's that?
On the sticky note, there should be 2 passwords on there. Flip it to the other one.
It's Willie J.
No, yeah, you're giving everybody a home the password. Hey, hey.
It wasn't a cuss word. We can dump the button.
Not in the stream. Stream's live.
Oh, that's right.
Here. Nine.
Elkhorn South Shore. One of those, only one error and one.
That's an ongoing debate with a lot of, I had volume.
Are you good?
And then it went away.
Well, there's like,
now it's cutting in and out.
welcome back to the morning hookup. Happy
Hello.
Friday.
Can you hear me?
I might.
I can hear you.
You good?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I hear you guys in the studio.
My sound was cutting out.
Can you hear the song?
I hear the song.
Oh, you're good. Crank that volume.
No.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah, there you go. All right, now I hear myself.
Good stuff. We got that. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. Adam, Sarah, good morning. hanging out with us.
Well, I'm not on camera yet because I didn't have the computer turned on that I need to use, and you're right.
Usually you can
Like help? Okay. Well, it's blink twice if you'd like help. I got the wheel of death going now.
It's a Friday in the morning hookup.
All right. Hold on. Opt out of backup. Okay. Skip for now. Yeah.
Talk a Southeast North Star game. We got district for BNC out and track pros that were awarded, as well as a possible controversy and a no or a perfect game.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Plus, we got district hearings.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Verify it's you. Yes, it's me. I'm sorry.
Happy May Day, mate.
Don't send me a gift basket.
See? May Day is done. First of the month.
This is crazy, guys. This is live radio at its best. Because
if you're on the stream, you get a lot more content.
If people don't know, I do other stuff, and I'm hustling back from downtown. And I got to get stuff ready to go for news and everything. And I usually try to walk in here, and
I thought they asked you to leave downtown because of hat.
What, the Cubs?
Yep.
Bite your tongue. No way.
I mean, we got that going on. YZ, he's super brave. He's hanging on to like some false hope right now with his Boston gear. Elijah's got the probably sweetest hat on right now.
Thank you.
Sweet logo.
Hey, shout out Ryan Swanee. A gift from Swanee.
And we're getting to the Mochi coming up.
Yeah. Is he listening? Ryan listening this morning?
I don't know.
No, it's just the hat. We're just shouting out his hat.
Oh.
It's a gift. He's giving me a couple hats, actually. You got a good Broncos hat?
Well, you know what, fellas? I think we'll just keep me off camera because I'm having a tough time getting verified. Because try another way.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, it's always a try another way. Well, Moch is
this is crazy.
Moch is going through that. He's going to get on camera. Talk about, let's go to the no-hitter.
Yeah.
Talk me through it. What you've heard. Obviously, the official score looks different than what it's led to believe.
Basically, Clyde Larson from Lincoln East pitched a gym yesterday. 9 strikeouts, no walks. Some would say no hits. The official score up at Elkhorn South said 1 hit, 1 error.
Home cooking?
I know the Lincoln East fans are treating that as 2 errors and no hits. And what's even more impressive about that is he picked off both runners who got to first base. Lincoln East got a 5-0 win yesterday. Yeah. How silly is that, Hooksy? You think about that, the fact that only 2 runners get to first, both via error, and he picks them both off.
That's insanity.
So no one even got to second base yesterday for Elkhorn South. But I wanted to ask you from a pitcher's point of view, is there any frustration in that whenever you pitch a gym, 9 strikeouts, no walks, and it's potentially 2 errors that allow base runners?
Yes, there is some of it. I would say yes, but it is a team sport, and obviously those things happen. We tell them again. I think as the pitcher itself, you're like, man, what could have been? But at the end of the day, you get a win, and it's in a very pitching turns out to be like an unselfish spot that you got to go. Here's your job: throw strikes, pitch contact, and let the 7 dudes behind you go to work.
It's something as a coach you've probably had to deal with too, because I've had to deal with it. You watch your pitcher up on the mound if somebody makes an error and they're upset about it.
And I'm yelling nonstop, hey, you just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Keep throwing strikes, getting balls in play.
I think I've said 1,000 times this year, get a ground ball, get a double play, get out of this.
From a spectator broadcasting journalist perspective and scorekeeper perspective, I know in the booth, if there seems to be a play in the field that seems routine, that's obviously a routine play, ground out, fly, ball, and the ball gets dropped or misplayed, that's an error. Now, if somebody hits a ground ball that's deep and let's say the shortstop grabs it and it's deep and makes a bad throw to first, we would rule that a hit. Okay.
It's a non-routine
Right.
play.
Right. It's not a so if it comes down to, was this a routine ground out, or was it a routine ground ball, or was it a routine fly? That's what you have to base it on. But I mean, there's times where it's blatantly obvious. If it's a play, a routine ground ball over to third base, and the guy mishandles it, either with a bad throw to first or just misplays it altogether, that's an error. So I guess that'd be my question. What was the play in question that led to the hit or error or whatever? And in this case, it sounds like it was ruled a hit.
Well, the home team game changer wins.
So I don't know. That's a good question, but it's all based on interpretation essentially. And is it a playable setup?
But again, at the end of the day, magnificent performance out of Larson at East. They get another win, 5-0. Also, let's talk. We got to jump into some stuff with the Almanac here. Southeast North Star, you were on a call.
Yep. Did that on Monday. Great ball game over at Sherman. It jumped out to a 4-2 lead for North Star after the first inning, and then it was scoreless until the bottom of the fifth, until Southeast rallied and then took a 5-4 lead, and then North Star got a run in the top half of the seventh to tie it up. I believe it was, if I remember right, it was a wild pitch or at least a pass ball that led to that run. And so Southeast has a chance with runners. I think they loaded up the bases, and Liam George, the catcher, comes up and knocks in this base hit to left field that basically gave Southeast a walk-off victory.
Sanford from the stretch fires home a pitch. Line shot into left field. Drops in for a base hit. And there's a walk-off winner. Liam George with a walk-off single to left. And Lincoln Southeast wins it 6-5.
And Southeast is a team that has kind of been up and down.
They're young.
I mean, they're a very young team, yeah. They've been up and down. North Star is a little bit of a veteran squad. I could tell you this. I can't remember who the home plate umpire was, and I wouldn't even let the name out anyway, regardless. But the strike zone, I think, was frustrating for both pitching staffs, because there would be some pitches that would be, and pretty tight. On the inside or on the outside corner, that sometimes would be in the strike zone and then just missing. And that drew groans from both sides of the grandstand at Sherman. So, but yeah, it was an interesting game to say the least.
What I'll say is, if you're frustrating both pitchers, you're consistent. That's a hitter-friendly zone. At least you're consistent.
Right. So that's what happened, and so Southeast gets a win, and we're in now the final full week, and then you got 2 more days next week before districts, where the regular season will wrap up in Class A and I believe in Class B too. So, but the pairings are not out yet for Class A districts. I think they're going to be released either tomorrow or Monday. But the B and C districts are out, and we'll get to that here in a moment. But
because I know there are some games this weekend. They don't really factor in. Because Lincoln Northeast, I think, has a tournament this weekend that they're hosting.
They had their invite here a few weeks ago. Are they going up to Millard South maybe? Because usually they've been in the Millard South invite. I think that's the Don Kraft one that they go to and play in every year.
Is it triangular? I think
it could be. Well, anyway, but still, the games still matter because the districts have not been released yet for Class A. So, we're at that point now where we got to start thinking about state tournament play and districts, of course. And it would be no big surprise at all to see East being a host team. I think that's pretty evident. They're going to host the district. Southwest, who got a win the other night over Creighton Prep, ruled Prep 11-1 in 5 innings over at Den Hartog on senior night. My brother umpired that game, and he even said Southwest is legit. And they are. I think they've played much better since they got beat in the HAC semifinals by Grand Island. And since then, I can't remember what their win-loss record has been, but they've been pretty hot as of late. And seeing them a week ago, obviously a very good ball club, hitting the ball well, pitching's great, fielding is great, and then they wrap up their regular season Monday with Northeast over at Den Hartog. So yeah, the very, very good stretch of games coming up, and then we get to districts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the B districts and C districts were released yesterday, and here's what we got so far. Looks like the B1 district will be in Ashland Northwest. Lincoln Northwest is the playing game with Beatrice next Thursday at 2. The winner will play Platte Valley, which is essentially is Ashland Greenwood and I think Louisville. They'll play at 4:30. And then the B2 district is up at Omaha Skutt. Norris is a 3 seed there. They'll play Bennington next Friday night at 7. The B3 district is up at Elkhorn North, and it's going to be looks like Waverly and Wahoo Bishop Newman next Thursday at 5. The B6 district is Lincoln Standing Bear playing as a 2 seed up there at Ralston. They'll play next Thursday night at 6:30 against Gretna. And then in Class C, the area teams that are hosting include Malcolm and C1. That district at 6 Thursday for them. They'll play either Palmyra or Maxwell, North Platte, St. Pat's, and then Raymond Central's in the other half of that bracket at 3:30 against St. Paul Palmer. C2 hosted by Lincoln Lutheran. They're playing that at Densmore, by the way, and they'll play next Thursday night at 7 in the semifinal against either Holdridge or Centennial. And then Lincoln Christian is hosting C5 at their own field next Thursday afternoon at 4 against Twin River. So those are the district pairings that we have for those schools, and we'll have that post up on our webpage at kfornow.com. But once the A districts will get released, we'll do the same thing as well.
And the weather's getting just right for baseball.
Mhm.
They start looking out there.
You know what, though? This week, what was it, Monday, our game, it was rainy and dreary and cloudy and just murky. And here we are, at the end of the week. It's a beautiful morning here in Lincoln. Beautiful day for baseball today and tomorrow.
And for district time come next week, we're looking mid-70s.
Woo, which is ideal.
Ideal.
Yeah, it's not going to be hot, not going to be cold or anything. It's going to be just right.
Can we get time to stand still with that kind of weather?
Wishful thinking
is the question.
Well, this would be a great day for you to go out and go hit the golf ball like Will.
It's a little windy.
Oh, it's a little windy. Yeah. You're worried about Boone, like Boone in Animal House hooked it, sliced.
Yeah, I don't know. Will Wilson survives his round.
I got to figure out when I'm going to get out and play.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't play.
Ain't going to be this weekend, that's for sure.
So districts out. We had that game at Southeast Northside. That was awesome as they will get some moving. Track season.
Yeah, the LPS championships were held the other day over at Union Bank Stadium. And North Star Boys doesn't come as any surprise. North Star Boys, they win the team title. Southwest Girls, no surprise, win the team title there. Track and field, and I've been following a lot closely here in recent years because my son ran track at Northeast.
Is it the 800?
He did the 800
Couldn't remember which one.
his sophomore and junior year, and then he did the 400 all 3.
He's like, wait a minute.
And the 4x4 relay.
He's like, wait a minute. I can do this just once. Why am I doing it twice?
He actually ran the 200 one meet and had a pretty good time, but they never put him back there for whatever. I don't know, but I mean, it's past now. But in just following track a lot closely in recent years, the athleticism that you see with like North Star, Southwest, East has been very competitive on both the boys and girls teams. The individual runners that you see from those schools, even some of the other schools in town where there's been some great individual talent in specific events. It's been fun to watch. And there's a reason why that, you've seen some of these teams finish runner-up or state champions. Well, in the area for that matter, Norris and Waverly have won state titles in track. So, it's nice to see that. And that's one of the other big sports that's happening, about the same time that the baseball state tournament will take place, the state track up at Burke Stadium in Omaha, which is arguably one of the biggest draws of all the sporting events that they have for state tournaments in the year. Basketball, of course, is up there. Track, wrestling, always a pretty big draw. as well. And but volleyball catches on. Football has its own place for drawing, but state track is usually kind of one of the biggies to end the year. For sure, but that's all coming up here in the next few weeks.
Baseball coming up. We mentioned track is still coming up.
Soccer,
yeah.
State
I don't want to put you on the
state.
spot. And there's state soccer's coming up,
That's
and there's
all.
some really dominant. I know girls teams for sure.
Well, the Southwest boys too.
Yep.
They won their.
Those boys and girls are always there. I know, like, and for just knowing, I know the Pius girls and B are really stinking good this year.
Yeah.
And it's always fun to go watch that. I always end up taking the kids up there to go watch. It is a great venue to watch state soccer up there in Omaha.
At Morrison Stadium.
It is
there.
a great venue.
Yeah.
That
for that
what?
event.
I have I've been by there so many times. I've not set foot in that place.
I would encourage you if you get a chance. Not again for me going up there with my kids for schools and watching, but not ever having a dog in the fight.
Yeah.
It's one you can get some popcorn and a hot dog and really watch some good stuff in a beautiful venue.
My son's girlfriend played soccer at Norris, and he would go up and watch her play at State, and he always says it's a neat spectacle to behold. Even if you're not a big soccer fan, he says it's worth checking out.
It's beautiful in its own, for sure, when you watch any match there, but when the lights go off and the lights go on, whoo, it is something to be said. I was up there a few years ago. I think there was an overtime affair or something I watched, and it's just cool to watch the venue. Then the students are there in an overtime shootout situation. They all go get behind
the goal,
which is crazy.
It creates an atmosphere like incredible.
Mm-hmm. And I know they packed that place last year for the Class A final.
Yeah.
That is an event that is growing still. I mean, I remember going up there back when I was in high school. It was a great time. Get out of school, drive up to Omaha, go catch it was always the Southeast girls that were playing up there. And there would be good crowds, but the crowds I've seen over the last couple of years up there have been second to none.
I think with what they've done at Morrison Stadium has kind of secured that as a spot where they want to keep state soccer, because I know in years past, they used to play the state championships at Seacrest.
I think what you're seeing, I think Nebraska high school sports in that essence has done a phenomenal job putting the sports where they're at for state and making it something special.
Yeah.
Because I tell you what, that, and then being able to go up and watch state baseball up at UNO,
which is a very nice facility.
Gosh.
Tal Anderson Field, even, if you go watch a UNO game, or if they use it for any select stuff or any other high school stuff, that's a nice facility right there that they got just to the south and east of 72nd and Center, right across from the old Exarban.
Yeah.
And that you got Connie Clausen Field right behind it. That's all connected. Yeah. I mean, UNO has done a terrific job of setting that up there. And I think the city of Omaha has embraced it too. And a lot of good facilities up there, but state baseball, I think the novelty of it in the bigger ballparks like Haymarket Park, and even at Warner Park, at one point they were playing at Rosenblatt before they knocked it down. I mean, so I think it's getting these kids at a bigger stage helps establish, the excitement around it. And I don't know of any other place that does that, any other state that does anything like that.
And I will say Haymarket, from the team point of view, is not the best venue. You love how up in Omaha they take care of these teams and make it feel big. Because like at Haymarket Park, they didn't even let the kids use the locker rooms,
which is
that's unfortunate.
Hard to believe, of course.
But up in Omaha, that it feels like a big event. A state title should feel big.
Yeah,
it should feel important. It should feel like you're playing on the biggest stage of your life. And I like the way that these guys go play up at Tal Anderson Field or Werner or wherever it is. It feels like the big event.
I think, when you look at the coverage of high school sports, in KFOR, we've been doing it, under the Sportscasters Club format for well over 70 years. When you look at the coverage that's given across the country, there are states that are dying to have attention put toward it. Nebraska is probably, and I'm guessing off the top of my head right now, but Nebraska, in terms of the number of media credentials that are issued per year, is probably in the top 5. When you look at the number of media credentials requested to go cover these events, not just state tournament stuff, but regular season stuff. And that's quite amazing considering what's the big draw in this state? Husker football.
Mm-hmm.
What's right behind that? It's all the other sports.
All the other sports.
You know, and then you got the high school stuff that you usually have on Friday nights. You know, and so, but even though it's not up there at that level where it's like it is in Texas with football or other places, it's still a big thing to think about, that there's enough media in this state on all levels, all platforms that want to go cover this stuff and bring attention to it.
Nobody's team better than yours, Moat, says you've been doing it for a long time, bringing these games and these kids success to people's living rooms for a long time. Keep it up. Let's. What do you got from Mozi over there?
Well, we were talking about track. I was going to ask a question about like perfect games in high school baseball, but we've already gone down that path.
Yeah, we do that a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it was Logan Ehlers, and then there was another one, Chase Smith from Elkhorn. But you mentioned your son ran the 400-meter dash, a race that I also ran. So seeing times in that race is always intriguing to me.
I was running.
You know who holds the Class A record for the 400 meters? Boys.
Okay.
I assume it's a name that we would know.
No, probably not.
Okay. I was thinking it's like somebody notable.
Is there a year?
Is there a year?
Probably difficult. 2006.
Oh,
was it Robert Rands from Bellevue East?
No, that's a good guess though. His name's up here a lot. You got the right school, Bellevue East.
It wasn't Robert Rands, who was a track star in Nebraska.
It was not Robert Rands.
Who was it?
Lucas Hewlett.
What did he run?
46:48.
That's fast.
Yeah, that's very fast.
You are flying.
My PR was a 54.
That was, you know what? That was my PR.
Yeah,
was a 54.
Running a 46
I think you two should run it back.
No, I don't think so.
By the way, this year's state leader in the 400 meter is from Lincoln Southeast. Niles Medcalf ran a 47:11.
Yeah, and I think he did that. What was it, the other day at the LPS Championships?
Yeah, just last week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
People don't realize how fast you're going when you're running a
you are flying.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, guys, usually the fast guys on average go about 49 or 50.
Anytime I run that fast, is if the cart girl got away from me too.
on the fairway.
I'm not even yelling at that point.
There's been 3 guys this year that have run sub 48s in the 400 meter. Niles from Southeast. You have a sophomore at West Side, Will Arosevich, 47:44, and then Evan Svoboda from Norfolk, who is he's also the state leader in the 100 and the 200. He ran a 47.91.
Wow. That's incredible.
I'll never forget the last 150 meters of the 400 meter race. Your legs feel like jello.
Oh man,
you can't move.
Wow.
When you make the turn and go down that final straightaway toward the finish line, it seems like an eternity. It really does.
Can I also say I was a lineman back in the day. I was not known for my speed.
What?
The 100 meter felt longer than I thought it should.
Yeah.
We went out there and ran the 100 meter. After about 60 meters, I went, I'm only halfway there.
Was your chest burning up?
Yeah.
We've seen your pictures.
The legs were burning. It was not good. By the way, speaking of the 100, Evan Svoboda, I just mentioned him. He ran a 10.41 100 meter dash.
Wow.
He's a junior.
I think that is pretty close to that's the state record gotten by Kenzo Cotton back in 2013.
Wow.
So he has tied the state record currently.
Oh man.
Wow. Well, Mozi, thank you.
Oh, you bet, fellas. You bet.
On a beautiful Friday.
Yeah, it is. It's a terrific day. Get out and enjoy it as much as you can. And you guys have a good sports weekend and enjoy the Derby.
Thanks, Moats. Appreciate it. That's the Almanac Jeff Moats right there. We'll take our final break of the week. We'll come back and wrap up the show. Scored. It's a scored. You missed Will Wilson earlier.
I heard him. I heard Will. I heard Will.
Good job. He didn't hear Will if he heard Will.
Okay, good.
Yeah. No, whenever we were in that 100, though, it was a couple of us linemen. And Bryson Williams, who went off and played at Wisconsin, ran with us.
Yeah.
And he smoked us all. And he weighed like 260, 270 back then.
The athleticism.
And he was great. I mean, he was a good shot putter, but we all decided, we got done lifting, like, let's go on the 100 meter.
See,
and goodness, that is a lot longer than it looks.
Northeast has the LNE relays that they do every year,
Mhm.
and that's where the linemen get to run relays and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in high school, Grand Island did that, and that's where our throw team, shot put and disc team, would go and run, and they would do relays. And I can't remember how our team did, but it was interesting to watch a lot of those guys try to make a sprint on an exchange and all. It's not easy.
No.
Was that Bryson Williams kid? Was he good at shot put?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen somebody that's like really good at shot put. When I
I have.
I went to school with Kevin Schubert. I don't know if that name rings a bell.
I've heard the name.
He went to Nebraska for track and field, and literally people would gather around every single time. It would be like, "Hey, Kevin's gonna go shot put. Everybody come up here and watch." It was you had to see it because you'd take this. I don't even know how much it weighs, like a 15-pound ball, and just chuck it. It was insane to watch.
Yeah, I know Bryson won the state title in shot put.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of
His younger brother was Donovan Williams, that played at basketball up at North Star, and
plays in Morocco now, I think.
yeah, he's playing overseas.
Bryson is second in school history in the shot put, only behind Gerald Foster. He threw 50.
Really?
Yeah, he threw. Bryson threw 55 feet 5.5 inches. Gerald threw 56 feet 3.5 inches.
Is Scott record books at Southeast for sprinting?
Let me check. I know Charlie Thorne is the 100-meter record holder. He's running at Oklahoma State now.
He's good.
Yeah.
He ran a 10.55.
I was gonna say that name sounds familiar.
Who is the name?
Scott Yank.
What year would this be?
About 1980.
I'm not seeing it. But
Okay.
I think these are
Because he was
also-
a state champion. I think he was a state champion sprinter. I mean, Southeast for many years was very good in track and cross country, in addition to football and girls basketball and baseball and stuff like that.
So I'm looking at these Lincoln Southeast like top 10s and seeing folks I know. I'm surprised no one's beating me up.
I'm going to get out of StreamYard here.
You took so long to get in there, and you worked
I
so
know,
hard.
I worked so hard.
You worked so hard, Modes.
What in the wide world of sports?
All right, here we go.
Here we go. Welcome back in the Morning Hookup. Special things here at the Almanac. Jeff Motes hanging out with us on a Husker Home on Friday as we wrap up this great week. Yep, Husker baseball tonight. Big one that we'll be watching closely. I think this will be one that you'll watch just with based on. I mean, it's Husker. Right? We're having on wherever you're at, but to see how Carson responds as a Friday night guy. That's how you'll watch.
We talked about is a different pressure, different expectation on a Friday night. How do you rise to that moment? Katsky struggled in his Friday night appearances. Again, we've talked about it multiple times, so I won't beat a dead horse. I would have liked to see him get one more opportunity, but now let's find out what Carson Yass is made of in terms of setting the table. Number one key for your Friday night guy, go get deep into a start. You need to get through 6, in my eyes, in a Friday night start. If Yass can go get through 6 with a lead, you feel really good about Nebraska's chances of taking a victory on a Friday night. But you got to go out and do it. He's been fantastic all year long. We'll see what he does. I mean, he's been Saturday all year long. How do you respond to a different moment? Hey, you've been pitching afternoon games much of the season. You have a night spot now. Whenever you get nighttime baseball, that changes aerodynamics, that changes the air pressure, that changes things with how your breaking ball moves.
This will be the biggest
Put in the
crowd that
pressure.
Nebraska probably sees the entire weekend. Right?
Probably going to get 500 people in there.
Yeah. They'll be all geared up with the highly ranked team coming to town.
Ohio State's baseball stadium. Any guesses on how many people it holds?
I'm
Bill
going to guess
Davis
it's
Stadium.
3,000 total, and they'll put 700 in it.
It's about 3 times the size of Illinois. It's 4,400 people.
Whoa! They overbuilt.
Not a bad looking baseball stadium. Yeah, I don't see any pictures of it full, which is one thing to note here. But not a bad looking baseball stadium. I mean, that's maybe a quarter full in that one.
Yeah, and I don't think there's a rich tradition of
I'm still yet to find a
Buckeye baseball.
Yeah, I think you may. Oh, that one's got a decent amount of fans in that picture. But again, still, I don't see 4,400 people in there in any picture.
So we got that the weekend, NBA, NHL. Then, boy, have a great sports weekend coming up on Monday. Evan Bland will return from my World Herald. We'll have him on, and we'll be talking Husker baseball. There's a story I want to get to next week, too, and I think this is the ever-changing money grab in college basketball. There's something brewing because for the first time next year, you're going to get college games on Amazon.
Puke.
So, man, you guys thanks for hanging out with us. Have a great Friday. Stay safe, stay blessed. We'll catch you on a Monday.